either one. I'm supposed to be retired, but the way it's going, it may be tough.
Yeah, you never know.
No, you don't. But basically, we've had lots of enjoyment from this club. People, things. We've been to many private shows or many private collections that most people don't get to see.
That's true.
And for that, we can be thankful, because otherwise we wouldn't see them.
That's true. We have a lot of nice car collections all over the country.
Yes.
But we have our own personal museum almost with the ACD museum.
Well, just look out in the park, in the field today, and there was 20 and 18 cars out there. So we have our own museum today, just today, to see.
Well, but
Because we have different cars each time we go out, or basically, or a couple new cars.
but it's unique in this club. We have the factory has been made into a museum.
Yes. Oh, our own private, yes, our own museum out in Auburn, yes. It's very nice, and people should go see that, by all means.
Yeah, I think all club members should be members.
And they should be members, yes, absolutely. All of them.
Yeah, that's what I said, all of them.
It's for our benefit as well as anybody else's.
That's true.
And we can gain a lot just by being a member.
Well, it needs everybody to be supportive.
That's true, very true. It's one of those things. The numbers will either kill us or make us good, that's all.
Very true. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the club that,
If I break down, I could tell you a lot of things, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to do that.
oh, we've got plenty of time.
No, I'm fine. Between fuel pumps and generators, I think I've solved most of my problems.
Well, I appreciate your talking with me, and I would like to talk to you longer and get more information
Well,
out of you.
we'll talk sometime, all right? Next month.
Didn't you bring your daughter to Auburn a lot?
Yes, we did, quite frequently.
So it's a family.
And that was, well, that's a story and a half. Coming home one day, we had, what did we have, 5 people in there?
Yeah,
5 people, and Paul Fisher broke down on the Pennsylvania Turnpike,
so,
and we had to load in his friend in the car with my wife, my daughter, and I.
and all membership stuff.
Needless to say, I've been picked on in Auburn, at the Auburn Hotel, about how I can load so much stuff into a Accord. And it is a challenge, believe me, it is a challenge. But we've done it, and we've done just about everything. But it's been fun. It's been some part of my life that I am very glad I have lived through.
Well, being a member of the ACD club is kind of like being part of another family.
Well, it's part of a family, yes, it is. Absolutely.
It's just an extension of your family.
Yes, definitely. I'm sorry my sons didn't get involved, but they had other things. I guess girls got to them quicker than cars. I don't know. I don't know what it was, so anyway.
It's interesting that your daughter's interested in the cars and the boys aren't, though.
Well, she's going to end up with the car, I guess, from all accounts. She's got her mind made up already. I haven't, but she has. But she's driven it, and she's driven it through the parade, and if we go this year, she'll probably drive it through the parade again,
Oh, good.
if she's game enough. But it's been fun. It's a whole family type thing for us, and we have enjoyed it, or I have enjoyed it. I guess my wife has also.
I understand that you have a picnic at your house.
Well, we kind of get together, the Eastern group, and it's been kind of a standard thing for, what, 20 years, 25 years, 24 years, I don't know. Here, we lost a couple once or twice, we lose one. But most of the time we have it, depending on how I'm feeling, I guess, and how my wife's feeling. But And we enjoy to get together because it brings people together as a group. I guess I took it away from Norman Arbor because I think he was doing it before I was.
Or was he really?
I think so. Well, I told my wife, I said, can we take these people home and serve them dinner one day when we went to New Hope? New Hope used to be the show that gathered everybody. So that then from there we went to my house, which was right across the river. And she said, well, let me go see what the kids have done to the swimming pool and the bathrooms and all this stuff. So I gave her an hour or so to do that. When it was 3 o'clock, we were done, we went over there and everything was fine. So it's been a routine thing for
20 years.
several years.
20.
20 years, is that all?
How about
20 years.
How about McCungy?
And McCungy is another great show, McCungy. We do McCungy thanks to Nettie again, and Ken, and Terry, I guess, I don't know, and Richard Kressler. But, you know, it's just been an ongoing thing, an ongoing.
I think the mini-meets have been really nice in the club, more so than even Auburn, because Auburn is the grand finale.
Yes.
But the mini-meet, you get a chance to really get acquainted.
Yeah, and you can kick tires and you pick people's brains about why you need to do this and why you need to do that. And if you have a problem, it's a good place to try to solve your problems before the next meet.
That's true.
And get things worked out. So, but it's been good. What can I say?
Well, it's part of life. It's good.
Well, it's been a big part of our life. I will say that.
Well, I've been in the club since '62, so that's a lifetime almost.
Well, we're not fortunate enough to have been in there since you were in there, because we started in '75 and you didn't get us involved in the Hoosier tour until about what, 78, 79?
Along there, I don't remember.
And it was always questionable whether I got the car to Auburn or not, you know. 'Cause
Well, we got you there.
yeah, well, Kathleen helped a
Between
couple
the
of
two
years.
of us.
Kathleen helped me a couple of times getting there. Then I rode with Dan Ginsberg. He was making the first replica of a Accord on a Corvette chassis. And that was a ride and a half, because first thing that happened, we get halfway across Pennsylvania and the air conditioner blew out. So we didn't have any air conditioning and it was hot. But we went, and it was pleasant.
That brings a name that I haven't heard in years.
What, Dan
Yeah.
Ginsberg? Yeah, well, he's been there for several years since.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been he's been gone for a few years out of the club, I guess.
I heard from him out in California one of the meets.
Did you?
And that's the last.
But he was back to Auburn 7 or 8, 10 years ago, I guess, or maybe even less, because we saw him. But other than that, he's made himself scarce. But it wasn't quite as good a car as Accord was, I don't think. Even though it was even though it was a replica of Accord, and it went like the wind, but things started popping. So that's about all I can tell you, I guess, unless my loved one can chime in.